It was exciting. It was fun. I can't say I'm not glad to be here. But I am a little surprised. You know, I'll just say that. What a way to win. I didn't crash.
Yeah.
And that's true, though. I guess you could.
I was going to say.
But you were in front. You were in front. You were in a movie called Speed, and you're the one. Come on, bro.
Now, Jamie, obviously you won our celebrity race a year ago. So, what were your observations today?
It was crazy. Starting on the back row is a lot different than starting on the front row, that's for sure. But I got a lot of damage. I saw a whole new perspective of racing, especially when you're coming from the back. I think I finished 8th, so I gained 10 positions. I'm pretty happy with that. I was racing with some amazing pros, and you know, in regards to Keanu, I have to say I think he's the most improved driver since day one, and he's taken it so seriously. First of all, he got my #1 car that I won in last year, so I was like, oh, this guy's going to be good. All right. And he jumped in behind me. He asked lots of questions of everybody, of all the pros the whole time, and he really took it seriously. And yesterday he went out and qualified on the front row, and this morning I was just looking at him. I'm like, I have a feeling. I know Danny's fast, but I know what Danny can do, and Danny did it. He can win. I had a feeling, so congratulations.
Thank you. But I mean, everyone was taking it kind of seriously. I thought we had a really good group like that. It was fun.
It was fun, man. It was fun. But you were like yesterday when they gave us the lap times. I think you said that you asked somebody, well, what about each turn? I want to know where I can be in a second on what turn. So you were like really, you know, you were focused because you were kind of pissed that where's that half a second Danny's got on me? I've got to make it up. I know I can do it. It's really fun to watch, and you know what was fun is like all of us were rooting for you, kind of like the underdog. We were rooting for you. I mean, we're really happy. We're not glad that somebody else saw us, but we're really happy we won, man. It was awesome. It was great. It was great to see. It was great to be a part of that. And Jamie, by the way, you were talking about starting in the back. I just want to know which one do you prefer, the front or the back? What? It's just a question. You know, you dirty bastards. Seriously. Because there's a lot of pressure. Both. I just was curious. What did I say?
Where are you performing tonight, Carlos?
I'll be here all week.
Thank you. All right, questions right up in the front. Go ahead.
Hey, Jamie, they put you in the professional category this year, and you got Johnny Benson, who's won in the series that you're covering now. Any worries about? We were talking yesterday with Keanu, and over there it's rubbing his racing. So how did that happen? Did you have any incidents with Benson?
No incidents with Benson. He was gone, checked out. But I have to tell you, I was more worried about starting last year with a lot of people that have never raced before. It was my first race as well. This was my second ever race. But I knew starting around pros I was going to be fine.
For you. Well, a few things came to mind. First, it was nice to see Danny again, because I hadn't seen him for a while. You know, I knew Bentley was right behind me. You know, he and I had been going at it pretty much the whole race. I knew we had a couple of laps left. I also saw that some of the pros had come up, and I was just trying to think. One of the things I did was I just turned my rear view mirror up. I was driving, and it was just all I could feel everyone behind me, and so I just was like, let's go. And then we came around turn 11, and I'm like, this is it. This is the race. You know, we had seen last year's race while we were training. They project that race, and we saw Jamie here win, and it was like kind of the same situation. And I was like, here we are. And then I was behind Danny. We were getting some speed up, and we had the green, and we were going, and then Danny's brake light came on. And so I lifted, and then that's when I saw, I'll go, and then went, and then I was still behind Danny. And then I think Benson went by me, and then I was just like, wow, man, I was in second, and now I'm in third. And I'm like, this is bumming me out. I'm going into turn 1, and I'm like, okay, I got turn 4 or 5, okay? I can get there, I can just jump in. And then all of a sudden I saw Danny Way go inside and just hit it. You know, Way just was like hitting it, and I was just like, ah! And then they kind of went around, and then I just saw Danny, and then when I came around, there was a wreck. And I tried to avoid the wreck, and then I was kind of coming around the fountain turn, and I was thinking, I guess, am I going to win? Did I just win? This is the last lap. And then I was like, well, don't crash. I was like, and I was just kind of like, well, keep going straight. And then went into shock. And then it was just really a great experience. It was fun.
He was telling me one of the highlights for him was post-race, the drive around. Talk about that.
Yeah, I got to, Al Unser Jr. has been fantastic, hasn't he? I mean,
He's been awesome, man. He's just the nicest guy, and I mean, he's humble. He's probably one of the best.
Yeah, and
ever.
he's fun. I mean, he's
a good guy.
A good guy when we've been training with him. He's giving everybody his tips. It's like, now listen, you gotta think that when they come around, and it's like a Jedi Master camp.
He's like Yoda.
Everyone. You know what I mean? Even if you're like, even if I'm gonna get you, Al, he's like, yeah. He's just kind of so relaxed, but with the eyes of an assassin.
Yeah, Carlos says he's humble, but man, when that checkered flag or the green flag goes, it's a whole different face.
It's humbling to be in the presence of the cars themselves. It's humbling to be on a track. It's humbling to be where pros are. But to be with, a guy who's dominated this specific race with, in the way that he has. Somebody yesterday I was talking about Al, and they said, Al's like the Michael Jordan. I said, no, Michael Jordan is like the Al. It's reverse. He's way better than that. He's amazing, and he's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
He just made us feel great. He smiles, and it just makes you feel good about being here and the whole cause that we're doing, and it's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was nice to sit in the wind after that race. You're all sweating. You're standing up in the back of the truck, and I was like, congratulations, hanging out. The corner guys are going to Al 7. I was like, yeah. That's cool. It was pretty awesome.
All right, any other questions right now for our drivers here?
A certain competitive intensity, it seemed like when he's talked to the media the last couple of days. Did any of you hear from him after the race?
I think Bentley did.
I just heard what he said.
He said.
He was upset with himself. He's really, he's a really intense guy, and you're talking about a guy who has a record in one of the most dangerous sports ever in the history of the world. The guy's, an extreme guy, and he expects a lot of himself. So,
my complaint was you blame yourself, then you don't blame others around you, and you don't put the fault on the car. Toyota does an amazing job. Those cars are perfect. Blame yourself if you lose and you wreck yourself, and that's what my argument was. So, he won, and he's like, I kind of feel bad the way that I won. Maybe I backed into it. You still won. You had the opportunity to lose the race. We all had the opportunity to win the race. It's on our shoulders.
yeah, I agree. I mean, you should feel great about what you did. I feel awesome that I started in 8th and ended up 3rd, and I felt so good until the last lap, and then we go, and then the two winning cars get to go to winning circle, and we got to make a right, and I'm like, bye, winner guy. I was good, but not that good today. And it was awesome, man. I mean, enjoy it. It's a great feeling. I wish you guys knew what it's like, to feel what we feel, to go out there and be happy. I mean, I think if we did this really competitively, I don't know how happy I'd be that you won, but I'm really happy to see you win, and it was great, and I saw the crashes, and you survived the whole thing. You should really be proud of yourself, man. This is a great moment, man.
Yeah. But any other questions right out here?
But Danny's a love. I mean, he's a lovely guy. I mean, he's like you said.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Fiercely
He's a great
competitive.
guy. Yeah, he's just an intense guy who's just really out there, and he wants to win, and he's been that from day one. But he's been a great human being.
Yeah.
He's been awesome.
And, he had a lot of pressure because his fellow competitors from X Games, Dave Merritt, Bucky Lassick, both came out here and won it. So he knew.
I
he had
actually
to
feel
step up.
bad for him. Could you imagine what his friends are going to do to him, those extremists? They're probably going to put duct tape on his butt and rip off the hairs or something crazy like that.
Yeah, but
You know
at
what
least,
I mean?
but Danny can at least say I drove straight into a wall.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he
You
wasn't.
won. I hit a wall.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling too good afterwards. By the way, Danny Way did mention the fact that his fastest lap was faster than Al Unser Jr.'s fastest lap in this race. It was the single fastest lap in the entire race. So he had a phenomenal race today. There's no question about that.